Why did Oscar Piastri say, "That's not fair," on lap 10 of the Singapore Grand Prix? What happened in the opening corners that McLaren refused to address until after the race? And how did a championship-winning team manage to turn their moment of glory into one of the most uncomfortable victories in recent F1 history? According to the official race report from Formula One, McLaren secured their second consecutive Constructors Championship in Singapore. But the team radio transcripts tell a very different story about what actually happened between their two drivers. And the timing couldn't be more revealing. Let's start with what we know. As reported in the official race coverage, when the lights went out at Marina Bay, Lando Norris made an aggressive move on his teammate Oscar Piastri. The transcripts show Piastri immediately got on the radio. That wasn't very team-like. But here's what makes this significant. According to the race report, replays revealed Norris had first clipped the rear of Max Verstappen's Red Bull before banging wheels with Piastri. The contact left Norris with front wing damage, his end plate hanging off for the entire race. The stewards noted the incident, but deemed no investigation necessary. That decision becomes interesting when you look at what happened next. According to the team radio logs, Piastri asked whether the team would take action. McLaren's response? They'd discuss it after the race. Piastri's reply was immediate. That's not fair. Think about that timing. Your teammate has just made contact with you on lap 1 while fighting for position. You're told to wait until after the race to discuss it. And you're currently leading the championship battle for your team. The frustration in those 4 words tells you everything about what was happening inside that McLaren cockpit. But the opening lap incident was just the beginning. What happened during the pit stops would reveal just how fractured McLaren's strategy had become. And one radio message exposed the entire problem. As the race developed, Russell built a commanding lead for Mercedes. But behind him, the real story was unfolding in the McLaren garage. According to the race report, on lap 22, McLaren faced a strategic decision about their pit stop sequence. Here's where it gets telling. The team radio transcripts show McLaren asked Norris if he'd be happy for Piastri to pit first to protect from Charles Leclerc. Norris's response was a flat no. Let that sink in. The race report confirms McLaren was in a position to seal the Constructors Championship. They needed both cars scoring maximum points, and Norris refused to let his teammate pit first, even when it made strategic sense. So Norris pitted first, but then, according to the official race coverage, Piastri's stop went wrong. A 5.2-second delay on the left rear dropped him from the lead down to 4th place behind both Norris and Ferrari's Leclerc. The timing raises questions. Was this a genuine mechanical issue? Or did the tension from lap 1 create hesitation in the pit crew? We can't know for certain, but what we do know from the transcripts is that Piastri's mood didn't improve. According to the team radio logs, by lap 45, as he circulated in 4th place, unable to challenge for the podium, Piastri's frustration boiled over. His radio message was dripping with sarcasm. "This race is so much fun." His engineer tried to reassure him that opportunities remained, but the evidence suggests otherwise. The race report confirms all 20 cars finished. No safety cars, no chaos, no opportunities for strategy to change the order. While McLaren's drivers were barely speaking to each other, George Russell was doing something at the front that Mercedes hasn't managed all season. And the team radio reveals just how dominant this performance actually was. According to the official race coverage, Russell converted pole position into a commanding victory, leading every lap except during pit stop cycles. His winning margin was 5.430 seconds over Max Verstappen, but the team radio transcripts paint a picture of complete control. Russell's only moment of frustration came with 15 laps remaining when he approached back markers, shouting, "Get out of the way!" That wasn't panic. That was a driver so comfortable at the front, he could afford to be annoyed by minor inconveniences. Compare that to Verstappen's radio messages. According to the transcripts, the Red Bull driver reported on lap 40, "The rear is like a handbrake." The race report confirms Russell's post-race reaction captured the significance. It feels amazing, especially after what happened a couple of years ago. That was a bit of a missed opportunity, but we more than made up for it today. He's referring to the 2023 Singapore GP, where he crashed out from the lead. This wasn't just a win, it was redemption. and it came at a track where, as the race report notes, Verstappen has never won. Meanwhile, Mercedes' other driver had his own drama. The team radio shows Lewis Hamilton reported brake issues in the final laps. According to the race coverage, he was also handed a 5-second penalty post-race for exceeding track limits, dropping him from 7th to 8th. But here's what's revealing. The transcripts show Ferrari initially swapped their drivers around to help Hamilton chase Kimi Antonelli for 5th place. Then they had to switch them back when the brake issues hit. Even in 8th place, Ferrari was prioritizing Hamilton's result. So McLaren won the championship. But as teams head to Austin for the next race, one question hangs over everything. How long can they maintain this internal tension? Let's look at what the data actually tells us. According to the official race report, McLaren scored 27 points in Singapore. Norris took 15 for 3rd, Piastri got 12 for 4th. That sealed the Constructors Championship, with races still remaining. But contrast that with the team radio evidence. You have one driver saying, "That's not fair," on lap 10, another refusing team instructions on lap 22, and the championship leader sarcastically commenting that the race is so much fun by lap 45. The race report confirms this is McLaren's second consecutive Constructors title. That's an achievement that should unite a team. Instead, the transcripts reveal a partnership operating under serious strain. What happens in Austin becomes critical. The United States Grand Prix takes place October 17th and 19, according to the race schedule. That's 2 weeks for these tensions to either heal or fester. And based on the evidence from Singapore, McLaren has some serious conversations to have. The official coverage shows Russell praised his team's performance, saying, "We don't really know where this performance came from." That's a team operating in harmony. McLaren, by contrast, achieved their goal while barely able to coordinate pit stop strategy. So, here's what we're watching for in Austin. Will McLaren address what happened on lap 1 publicly? The transcripts show they promised Piastri a post-race discussion, but no official statement has emerged. Can they fix whatever went wrong during Piastri's 5.2-second pit stop? The race report confirms it cost him a potential podium, maybe even a win given his pace. And most importantly, can two drivers who can barely communicate on track hold together a championship challenge when individual results start mattering more than team points? Singapore gave us a Constructors champion, but the team radio transcripts revealed something potentially more significant, a partnership under pressure that might not survive success. The evidence is all there in the official records and team communications. What McLaren does with it next will define whether this championship is the start of a dynasty or the beginning of something far more complicated. What do you think? Was Norris right to refuse team orders? Drop your thoughts below, and let me know if you spotted anything else in those team radios that I missed.